just for a little bit of time. We're going to go ahead and get started with our afternoon class. So I want to explain to everybody a little bit about what's going on. By show of hands, who all went to the farm today? Raise your hand if you went to the farm. Farm? Raise your hand if you went to the farm. All right, raise your hand if you went to the Southern Caverns. You went to the caverns today, raise your hand. All right. So what did y'all think about that? Let's talk about the farm. What did y'all think about the farm? What do y'all think about the farm? Can't see it back here. What is that?
Planting the flowers and put flowers today. And also reminding, picking tomatoes as well.
Alright, picking tomatoes, flowers, alright. What else do we like about the farm? Anybody else enjoy the farm? Alright, what do you enjoy about the farm? Miss Flores, did you raise your hand? Good. The flowers, okay. What about you, twin? What do you think about the farm? You didn't go to the farm today. Okay, anybody else went to the farm over here? Nobody went to the farm. All right, what about cricket class? Who all did cricket class? Anybody who were made, what cricket, y'all made shirts today? All right, what you think? All right, you got your name on board, Bob, okay. All right. All right, what about the cave? Who all went to the cave today? What did I do with the caverns? You went to the caverns, what you think about it? Oh, you got a hand over here? Okay.
What's that thing with the original part? I like riding on this thing. I don't know what it was called. But there's people there.
Okay. Like riding around? Okay. All right.
I like making stuff. And I like making coffee.
Okay, making coffee at the snack shop. Okay. Gabe, did you go to the cave today? How did you like it? It was good? Okay, good. All right, so this whole program of what we want to do here is try to teach you guys some workplace skills, have some fun with it, give y'all some opportunities to really get out there and get involved. So part of working is also about how do we behave and what we do in these workplace situations. So we're going to talk about some discussions on workplace behaviors. So part of this program is So part of this program is help us learn how to work in different settings and learn how to behave in those different settings. So Mr. Anton, he's our career pathways outreach coordinator. He could not make it today, but this whole segment is going to be about career pathways. It's very similar to what you would take in Ms. Tammy's class. She does career prep, or she does different things on what do you do on the job. So a lot of times they have here similar information. So I've got some scenarios I want us to walk through. And we'll talk about it a little bit, okay? So the first scenario is, all right, behaving appropriately at work means not having fun with your friends. Is that true? Is that right? So in order to behave appropriately at work, you're not supposed to have fun with your friends. Is that true? Can you have fun with your friends and still behave appropriately at work?
Yes.
Yeah? Tell me, how can we do that? what's appropriate behavior with your friends at work? Is it okay to laugh at jokes at work? Yeah, we can laugh at work, yeah. Is it okay for us to smile at people at work? Yes. Yeah, we can smile, we can laugh, we can have a good time. But you know what's not appropriate is when we go a little bit too far, when we start horse playing. Is it appropriate to do piggyback rides for people at work? No. Maybe sometimes Caleb, you know, my back, and I give when we do piggyback rides. But it's not appropriate to do piggyback rides at work. What about laughing at other people at work? You know, where somebody comes in with 2 different colored shoes on. No, that's not right. What about if somebody comes in and you got a coworker who spills ketchup all down their nice white shirt? Is that funny to laugh at? No, that's not. Because that may upset them, right? You know what we call that? Bullying. Workplace bullying is when we start picking at clothes and we crack jokes up, and now it's all right if they laugh and they, man, I'm in this. But when you keep laughing and you keep making a joke of, hey guys, come look so and so, they sat in chocolate, it looks like boo boo. That's not cool. You know? That's where we get in trouble in the workplace. So it's fine for us to have fun, it's fine for us to laugh and joke, but we don't need to go too far. So let me tell you this, what about, is it appropriate to eat somebody else's lunch out of the refrigerator at work? No, it's not. You know what else it is? It's dangerous. You want to know why it's dangerous? Did anybody know why it's dangerous to eat somebody else's lunch? All right, hold on. I heard some talking right here. Back in the back. Why is it dangerous to eat somebody else's lunch? It might have something in there that you're allergic to. Can anybody else tell me why we should eat somebody else's lunch? It might be poison. Yeah. It got germs on it. Why else should we eat somebody else's lunch? Oh man, you might end up eating a laxative. Yeah, you get the bubble guts. Alright, why else should we eat somebody else's lunch? Get off that, don't I see you. See you. Why else should we eat somebody else's lunch? Okay. They don't have no lunch. Okay, so here's the reason why all that above is not appropriate. It's not appropriate for us to eat somebody else's things or to take somebody else's belongings. Especially not in the name of, I was just having fun, it was just a joke. You know what? If somebody ate my lunch, the next day when I bring lunch, you know what I do to it? I spit in it. Yeah, I spit in it. Yeah. And then I was like, whoever ate my lunch, eat my spit. Yeah, I'll teach them something. I never thought of the last minute, but that's pretty good too. Then you definitely know where. Oh, the hot sauce. But we don't do that type of stuff for jokes and fun, right? So that's an inappropriate workplace behavior. It's okay for us to laugh and joke and have fun with our friends at work because, get this, when we're at work, we spend a lot of time with folks, right? We're going to spend approximately 8 hours a day with the same folk. It's all right for us to laugh or to smile, to have fun, but it does need to be excessive. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about is another one. Is it appropriate? Well, let me rephrase the question. God might know that if she had it here. How do you work with people that you don't necessarily like? How do you handle that?
You be cordial and polite.
All right. Be cordial and polite. How else can you handle somebody that you don't really, it's like, I don't really care for them, they ain't my type of person? Oh, I see things right here.
You still respect them? You still respect them?
Still respect them. Okay, that's good. Still respect them. All right, how else do y'all handle people that you don't like? Okay, so let me rephrase this. How many of y'all have ever had a teacher that you didn't really like working with? Raise your hand if you ever had a teacher that you really didn't like. Yeah. I've had some teachers that I didn't really care for either. But the best way to do is to respect them, be cordial. How else? What you say? Just cooperate with them. Exactly. You gotta be with them. So, in real life, you're going to have some co-workers. You may have a supervisor. You may have a person that works right next to you that y'all just don't get along well. Y'all just don't, you're an Auburn fan, and they're a North Alabama fan. And it's all right. It's okay. We've got to learn to just cooperate, respect them in their role, respect them in their position. I always tell my folks that you may not have to like a person, but you have to respect that position. The position that people have, so if someone has a position of supervisor, you may not like them, you may not G-haul with them very good, you may not get along really well, but respect the position they have. If they're in a supervisor situation, if the supervisor isn't asking you to do something that's illegal, if they're not asking you to do something that's immoral, if they're not asking you to do something that's dangerous, if they're not asking you to do something that's just wrong, then go ahead and do it. For example, my job here at Kingsford, if my supervisor comes to me and says, "Hey, Dante, I need for you to go out in the parking lot and pick up all the trash right now, and it's 92 degrees outside. I need to go outside and pick up the trash out of the parking lot." I may not enjoy doing that, but you know what? Hey, it's all right. Just do the job. That may not be my job description, but hey, it's okay. I'm still getting paid. I'm still not earning my same money. Sometimes we gotta learn how to work through and navigate those workplace behaviors and navigate working with difficult people. So have you ever had somebody on your team, when you were in school, maybe on your wrestling team or a classmate that you didn't get along with, wrestling or dorm or classmate? Have you ever had a classmate you didn't get along with? Yeah. We just kind of quiet down and kind of say, you know what, let me get through this, do the best I can. All right, here's the next one. There's a little list here. All right. When you are working with people, it is important for us to set boundaries and tell them what's acceptable and what's unacceptable, right? So when you're working on the job, and you got people that you get along with, whatever, you're working side by side, you got to be able to say, hey, this is where I cut the line, this is where I draw the line. Hey, the best thing you can do as an adult, as a young adult, is to set clear boundaries. For example, there are some folks who, growing up, I don't know about y'all, when I was growing up, we used to laugh and joke and have fun, but there was one type of joke we didn't laugh about. Y'all get some type of jokes, or I didn't like it. Your mama jokes. Now, we don't talk about Here's your mama joke that I used to hate here.
Your mama's so fat.
Your mama joke is, your mama's so fat that she sat on the rainbow and skills popped out.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what we used to say. Or we'll say, your mama, her blood type is Rocky Road. Yeah, that's the type of the ice cream. Yeah, we had all the type of your mama jokes. Yeah, that's it. Your mama, belt size is the equator. Well, we need to fight. You know, don't talk about mom. But the point is that when you work with a person, and when you work with people, it's great to set clear expectations, their boundaries. Hey, this is not something that we talk about. This is not something I'm really comfortable with. And people will respect you when you say that. Sometimes you say, hey, I don't really like talking about that, or that's not something I'm really interested in, or hey, I really don't. You know, some people are very touchy-feely. And I would say I'm a touchy-feely type of person. It's just my personality style, where I'll go up and I'll touch you on the shoulder, or I'm always giving you a high five, and I'm giving you another bump. You know, that's just kind of who I am. That's just my personality. I give a lot of love bumps, I give hugs, I give fists, you know, like, what's up, man, what's up? Yo, we good, you know. I'm just a touchy-feely type person. But some people say I'm really not a touchy-feely type. And it's okay. I've got a friend who is a germaphobe. He's one of my very good friends. But you know what? He does not like shaking hands. That's just his thing. He's like, I don't shake hands, man. You never know what a person does with their hands. They cough in their hands. This, that. I just don't like shaking hands. And it's okay. We as adults, we have to draw those lines and set clear boundaries to people, what we're good with, what we're not good with. Right? So, amongst you, tell me something that y'all don't like. Anything that you don't like. George, what's one thing you don't like? At work that you don't like. You don't like to eat? Okay. So Judge gonna say, hey, I don't like working in hot spaces. Okay. Does anybody in here don't like going in elevators? You know anybody that don't like elevators? Yeah, I know some people say, hey, I don't ride elevators. It's okay. What else? Anybody else got something that they just don't like? Let's see, who we got here? Like, what's something that you don't like? One thing that you don't like. You don't know? Well, I said, what's one thing you don't like?
That's a hard question. Mechanics.
Fixing cars.
Fixing cars and working on things. Okay, that's good. Some people say, I don't like getting greasy things. I don't like all that type of stuff. Right? I know people say, hey, I can tell you right now, for me, I have a gas reflex. When I smell bad smells, it just does it. When I tell you something else I do horrible with, it's vomiting. It's just the sight of seeing someone vomit, the smell of vomit, the look of vomit, it makes me vomit. So it's like, even when the kids are at home, and I've got a lot of kids, I have 6 kids, and so when somebody gets sick, they say, all like that, I say, I gotta leave. I can't stay here. You gotta count. So, anybody says they can't reflex like that, raise your hand. But I guess I'm the only one. But it's great to tell people your boundaries, things that you're okay with, things you're not okay with. Right? Here's something else you need to speak up about is